Acid Lab still remains one of the best businesses in GTA Online. The payouts are insane and you can unlock it completely free. In fact, doing the missions actually pays you. With all the updates, this business went from top tier to being in a class of its own. You might think this is too good to be true, but what if I told you it gets even better? Not only do you get the Acid Lab, which is the best business in the game, you can also unlock a supercar with bonus money for completely free. As you may already know, there are 3 parts to this storyline. The first dose mission requires you to complete 6 missions to unlock your first reward, the Acid Lab version of the Brickade 6x6. This should only take about an hour and a half, or probably just 1 hour if you're already experienced. The last dose missions are completely optional. It's 5 more missions, gives you $300,000 and unlocks this supercar for completely free. Now for the third part, this can be done even if you haven't completed the last dose missions. It's the Fooligan job. Completing 10 of them lets you unlock the equipment upgrade, which is essential if you want to make the most money possible. I'll show you exactly how to start them and how to complete them fast later in the video. Now before completing the 6 first dose missions, you can buy the Brickade 6x6 online, but it's not recommended and you'll end up missing out on $1 million just from completing the mission. So this storyline starts with getting a random call from Ron. After the call, once you open your map, you should see this R icon near the top at Sandy Shores. This takes us to the Ace Liquor Store or Chef's Cookout, which some of you may remember from story mode. Entering the location should trigger a short cutscene and introduction to the Fooligan crew. After the cutscene, you need to take out the enemies and complete the mission objective by stealing the van. You then take the van back to the Fooligan hideout. All you need to do now is complete the 5 remaining jobs. They're quite easy and even beginners should be able to get them done with no issue. Once at the train crash, we want to avoid the helicopters. Usually one hit from this would eliminate you, so where possible just avoid them, and if you do need to take them out, aim for the driver. Now from here we need to search all these containers. Once you've completed that, you should get an alert to steal the Brickade 6x6, and this is where our Acid Lab will be stored. Lose the cops, drive the Brickade to the Fooligan hideout, and now that we're back at the hideout, the option to install the Acid Lab equipment should be available. This costs $750,000. If you don't see this option, don't worry, all you need to do is exit the hideout, open your map and look for the vault icon. Once you get the vault icon, head to one of the locations, complete the mission by driving the pallet truck and loading the flatbed, then drive that back to your Acid Lab and you should get the option to install the Acid Lab equipment. I do recommend you complete 10 Fooligan jobs to unlock the equipment upgrade we talked about earlier. These jobs can be started from anywhere on the map by calling Dax and requesting work. You get $50,000 for each mission. The only downside is the 48-minute cooldown before you can start another job, so keep that in mind. It reduces your consumption and speeds up your production time. Now we're going to break down the profit. I'll split it into 2 sections, with the equipment upgrade and without it, just to show you the massive difference. The equipment upgrade unlocks after completing 10 Fooligan jobs and costs $237,000. This increases both the production speed and the value of the product. Without the equipment upgrade, the Acid Lab requires 3.2 batches of supplies to completely fill up. Each resupply costs $60,000, meaning you'll spend around $192,000 on supplies to fill the lab. Because the profit is much lower, you don't get the full benefit of buying supplies, which is why many players choose to steal them instead. That $192,000 supply cost really eats into your profits. With a full stock sale of $237,000, it simply isn't worth buying supplies at all. Stealing them will make you more profit. Again, that's without the equipment upgrade. Production also takes a long time. Without the upgrade, it takes around 6 hours to produce a full batch of product. If you activate the production boost inside the Acid Lab, that time is reduced to around 4.5 hours. You can activate the boost by entering the Acid Lab, walking up to the back and pressing right on the D-pad at this location. Your character will inspect and modify the product, which speeds up the production. Just keep in mind, this boost can only be used once every 24 hours real time. Now going back to the profit, a full stock sale is worth $237,000 minus the $192,000 spent on supplies, leaving you with only $45,000 profit. Even with the production boost active, that's terrible. Yes, Yes, you can steal supplies to increase your profit, but then you're sacrificing even more time. The missions take too long, and at that point, there are simply much better things you could be grinding instead. The best way to run the acid lab, and the method I recommend the most, is to buy the equipment upgrade. Without using any boost, full production takes only 4 hours, and with the boost, it's reduced to 3 hours. The actual value of the product also increases from $237,000 to $335,000. A huge difference. Now, I'll be honest with you, the hardest part of running this business is completing the 10 Fooligan jobs. Not because of the missions themselves, but the cooldown of the missions. That 48 minutes can take a long time, so just remind yourself to complete them, set a timer, and you'll have them done in around 2 days. Now, on to the tips that will boost your profit even further and make running the acid lab a whole lot faster and easier. Tip number 1, change the name of your product. This can be done by opening the interaction menu, going to services, then acid lab, and selecting product name. Changing it to whatever you like, and you'll receive a 5% increase on every sale. This takes our full stock value from $335,000 to $351,000, bringing our profit to $255,000 every 4 hours when buying supplies. So the total profit per hour is around $85,000 with production boost and $64,000 per hour without any boost. You could either simply walk up to Mutt and the option to purchase supplies should appear, and if that's too much effort, you can buy supplies from anywhere on the map by calling Mutt and requesting a resupply. Now on to selling. To start a sell mission, call out your Brigade 6x6 by using the interaction menu, enter the vehicle and walk over to the jars at the back. The option to sell should now appear. Every sell mission uses the same bike, so make sure to upgrade it. Things like turbo and transmission should be prioritized over cosmetic upgrades. There are 3 types of sell missions: stash, paper round, and police sting. The paper round missions require you to make 10 drop-offs by throwing the newspaper and product into baskets. In the stash selling mission, there are only 5 drop-offs, and you choose the stash location for each delivery. Just make sure to avoid any cops, and if you do get caught by the cops, once you lose them, you'll be able to go back to selling. Finally, the police sting mission is the best and fastest mission you can get. You know you got the mission when the game only shows 1 drop-off location and asks you to get on the roof instead of stashing the product. Once you're on the roof, try to position the bike near a ramp, shoot at any undercover vehicles, and then drive off and lose the cops. After that, Mutt will give you the backup location, drop off the product, leave the area, and the mission is completed. Like always, selling in a full public lobby gives you the high demand bonus, so make sure to take advantage of that. Also activate Ghost Organization near the end of the mission to avoid any griefers. And that's everything you need to know about the acid lab. If you've been sleeping on this business, now is the perfect time to get started, especially with the boost from the Mansion DLC. If this guide helped you out, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more GTA Online money making guides, updates, and weekly bonus breakdown. Let me know down in the comments what business you'd like me to cover next, and I'll do my best to help you make even more money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.